Hello, hello. This is Jenny Yang, and just giving you a heads up that in today's episode, we talk about eating and diet culture. So if that won't feel good to you, just feel free to skip that section. It is number 3 on the agenda. You are listening to a free and shorter version of What Should We Talk About with Jenny Yang. And at the end of today's episode, I will be unboxing and tasting Aurora Bakery Los Angeles treats that our guest Kimchi brought over. And only paid subscribers will get to see it. So consider being a paid subscriber to my podcast at jennyyang.substack.com. Sure, you can listen to me wherever you pod, but you can also do that plus get the full episode at jennyyang.substack.com. Keep me independent and talk my shit, you know? Oh, and remember to get your topic on our weekly agenda by leaving a cute voicemail or text at 323-250-3589. On with the show. What should we talk about?
What should he talk about?
What should we talk about?
Oh my God! Listen, for the bit.
We're fine. It was good. It was
Everything-
funny. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Can I use something here?
No
Wait,
notes.
How did this
Wait.
happen? How did
No
this happen?
notes.
Can I use?
Yes,
Can I
go
use-
ahead.
Please use
I
the
wash that
sweatshirt.
every week. Don't worry, leave it. It looks juicy
But
and
it's fine on the
delicious.
mic, right?
Don't worry. No, you're good. You're good. Leave it alone. Leave her alone.
Okay.
It is Friday. Yay! I love Fridays, guys. May 2nd, 2025, here in Los Angeles. And this week, like the Sinners IMAX ticketing sites, I am crashing out. This is What Should We Talk About with Jenny Yang, your weekly catch-up time with smart and funny people who give a fuck, probably too many fucks. We discuss topics submitted by our guests and you, the listener. Any topic, current, old, big, small, nerdy, petty, because you don't want to feel like you're losing your mind, and because we long for a better world filled with fun, love, joy, and cool shit. This is What Should We Talk About with Jenny Yang. There's no audience.
I've already made a mess. I've already made a mess.
Laugh track.
I've already ruined the studio. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh my God. Today we are focusing on food and eating, what I live for. On today's agenda, we have podcast updates. Number 2, for APA Heritage Month, do frivolous things. Number 3, cooking yummy food on a calorie deficit. Number 4, terrible types of people to eat with. Number 5, everyone freaking out about protein. Number 6, single people and Costco. Number 7, dump tariff war. Number 8, self-described career panhandler Brad Love is going viral for being conventionally attractive and shameless about asking for money on the streets of Palm Springs. Number 9, action items. And number 10, show me some love. In the studio, we have H. Alan Scott. Yay!
Hello.
Alan,
Yes.
your name is H. Alan Scott.
Yes.
Which is so proper, but you're also known as Sadie Pines.
Yes.
Writer, comedian, head pop culture nerd for Newsweek, So a Fish. Host of Parting Shot Podcast and co-host of Out on the Lanai, a Golden Girls podcast. Subject of the documentary Latter-day Jew.
Full
And-
IMDb. I love
I know.
it.
And then you wrote this, though,
I
so
did,
I'm reading
though.
it.
I did.
And then the final thing is you wrote aggressively endorsing.
It's true. I am.
I like
I'm
that.
glad that we're indoors.
H. Allen,
Yes.
what do you want to shout out this week?
I want to shout out Prince Harry
Why?
for causing a stir with a BBC interview saying that he doesn't talk to his father anymore and that he doesn't think he's probably going to before he dies. He's worried that his father's going to die before he's able to talk to him again. It just happened today, and now I cannot get enough of it.
What do you like about it?
There's something about Prince Harry's balls that he just sort of, I feel like when he married Meghan, he was just like, you know what? We're going to be real. I feel like the California vibes have sort of like rubbed off on him, and he's just like, let's just keep it real, man.
He's like, fuck it.
Fuck
Anything
it.
goes.
Let's just go. Yeah, I'm not talking to my father. You know what? Things
But
are
with, like, a British
complicated.
accent. Like, fuck it, mate.
Fuck
Wait,
it, mate.
wait, that's Australian.
Fuck it, mate. Let's get some chips, mate. Oh, wait, that's Australian too. Oh, God. We
suck. Some little nibbly bits.
This whole podcast is just going to be us doing bad accents. Let's move on to our next guest. We have Sang or Kimchi in the studio. Oh my goodness. He is,
Government names.
I know,
Yeah.
he is a makeup mogul, a drag queen, soon to be cookbook, and young adult novel author. The Containing of Multitudes. Kim, what do you want to shout out this week?
Shout out. I want to shout out the two opposites of the pendulum.
Yeah.
First one is the Beyonce's Cowboy Carter tour.
Yes.
I was never like a Beyonce fanboy per se, but I went and saw it because I found amazing deals on tickets, and then
And you looked great.
oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh, now I understand. I saw the vision, I saw the production,
Yeah.
I saw the message, I saw the America as Beyonce envisions it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And for the first time in a long time, I didn't feel ashamed to be American. And that's how the
Yes.
tour made me feel.
It's a big statement.
That's powerful.
Yeah.
It was.
Wow.
And the opposite end of the pendulum, Katy Perry's Lifetime tour, which is going viral on social media.
Did you go to
and-
that too?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think I will.
No.
My friends and I were like, should we go hate watch this? And we looked up ticket prices and we're like, nah, it's actually more expensive than Beyonce's tickets, which is
Really?
crazy. Yeah.
But for her to sort of step up and be a target for ridicule, incredible.
Although, can we just acknowledge
Yeah.
the pictures of Orlando Bloom, which live rent-free in every homosexual's mind forever, evermore.
Which pictures of Orlando Bloom? I
His
don't think
penis. His penis.
I haven't seen
we
this.
don't know about this.
You have to Google it. I'll Google it for you.
Okay,
I'm,
thank you.
I'll
I'm
do it
only-
later.
I'm only
I'll do it
familiar
later.
with John's
no,
ham.
There's a paparazzi caught him naked on a little wakeboard, and Katy Perry's just sitting at the front of it. This is years ago, girl, and he is like fully have a hat on. Like
to be honest, I see the beauty. I've never been like
You don't
Orlando
need-
Bloom. I gotta get that.
it's not about the face when you see the other thing. Trust me.
Let me just establish on the fourth mic, heard but not seen, my co-producer of life, Corey Higgs. Corey just showed us on his laptop the photo in question, and
Yes.
it is full on.
And it is a good penis.
It looks good. It looks like
It is a
healthy.
good, healthy,
Yeah.
uncut
It's like a ding-a-ling,
penis. It is
ding-a-ling.
one of those penises that makes you feel like you're on a vacation, but yet also comforting.
I do enjoy vacation penis. All right, let's move on. Me. Let's go to me. This
From
honestly-
penis to Jenny, the lifetime story.
me. Here are my recommendations for the week. George Carlin's American Dream. I was watching it
yes,
on
fantastic.
Alaskan Airlines, and I'm acquainted with Kelly Carlin, who's George Carlin's daughter.
Yeah.
I'm finally getting into his documentary. He's one of my heroes. And Corey and I are truly enjoying Claim to Fame, hosted by Kevin and Frank Jonas.
Oh,
on
that
ABC.
show. That is
It's like-
sad.
It is like,
That is a sad show.
here's the premise. Claim to Fame is like, imagine Traders but light. So it's like Traders light, and it's really, the point of it is to fool the other people who are not famous people about what famous person you are related to. And then so as the viewer, you're trying to pick up on clues like the group in the actual show and guess who's related to whom. Ooh, maybe he's related to Michael Jackson. Maybe it's Michael Bolton. We don't know.
No.
So we like it because we like yelling at the television.
I love that.
And we both love trivia.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's like, it tests your like pop culture knowledge
Mm-hmm.
as well as phenotype reading of faces, which
Oh.
is usually racist,
Yeah.
which is racially profiling. But it's good to like look at some unknown person's face and be like, that's giving Simone Biles. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really teaching me how little I know about country music.
Oh,
That's
yes.
true. It's trash, but we enjoy it.
We love trash.
We
We just
like-
looked at Orlando Bloom's dick. We love trash.
I know. Surprise agenda item for later. Why don't you hold that up? Don't tell us what it is, but tell us where it's from. We're gonna unbox this later. Thank you for bringing this for
Of
us.
course. So this bakery or this dessert shop by my house was going viral on TikTok, and every influencer was eating their pastries.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's like a 5-minute drive from my house, so let me just bring some. And I know Jenny's a foodie.
Yes.
And so is Alan.
Yes.
And also, I know you both like sweets.
Yes.
So we can judge it and see if it's
Deserves to be viral.
if it's hyped because of like the influencers being influencers, or if it's actually good.
For Kim to bring sweets is actually quite a statement of love and affection.
Aw.
Because she's definitely more of a savory. I mean, we talk about
Me
this.
too. I'm a savory.
Savory. I'm a savory person too, but I love a sweet. You love a sweet though too.
Of course.
Yeah, who doesn't love it? And you like sweets.
I like sweets within reason, you know,
Yes.
like I could never sit there and
You
just
don't
eat
crave
like
it, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm excited for this unboxing. We're gonna save it for the end of the show.
So excited.
Ooh. Is
Can
it going to
can
be
we
worth
eat
the
it while
hype?
looking at the Orlando Bloom picture?
We can. Oh, what a joy. I do want a closer look.
Vacation. Vacation day.
Okay. Let's put it in the fridge. Can you do that
needs to
for
be
us?
refrigerated.
Can you take this away now?
Can you? No, just because it needs to be refrigerated. Already delightful, this podcast. And so just thank you. Like, it really means so much. And I really want to build whatever this is into something that's so happy and informative and joyous. So thank you.
And let me tell you about Miss Jenny. She is the one that actually makes things happen.
I do.
It's wild because there's so, I think we can relate to this, that like a lot of times, especially in our field,
Yes.
we can just kind of just wait for the thing to come. And Jenny never waits for the thing to come.
But
Jenny makes
likewise,
the thing.
thank you. I really
Yes.
appreciate that. But likewise, like, I feel like we're in a room of doers.
Like, I'm obsessed with like how Janie's such like a go-getter. She'll be like, "Hey, want to come do this?" And the next thing you know,
Yes.
I get like a well-organized email.
Oh my God,
like,
it was
right
immediate.
away.
Literally.
Like, the whole thing, like with every information that I could possibly need. Like,
I
I'm
don't
like,
even know how
I'm
this
set up
came
for
about.
success.
How did we went to Costco to have a hot dog.
Yeah.
We posted it. I posted it on my Instagram or something, and I think then you responded and texted at us.
I was
and
like,
that's how
"Where's
it all
my
happened.
invite?"
Yeah, yeah, and then that's how we're here.
Yay! So yeah, thank you for the subscriptions. And last week we talked about Sinners. Have you seen Sinners?
Yes.
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay, Sinners, incredible. Here's the update on Sinners. Everyone really loved the conversation from last week with Blakely Thornton and
I love
Dolly Lee,
Blakely.
who
I love
was the
Blakely.
Chinese cultural consultant for Ryan Coogler on Sinners, and a friend of mine.
Is there a lot of gore? Because I don't
Oh,
deal.
Yeah, you
with
wouldn't-
gore.
you wouldn't like
you
it.
wouldn't like it
No.
then.
Okay. No,
I'm
it's
okay
not
with
for you.
gore.
You should have seen this one at the Substance.
Oh my god.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I had to like cover my eyes and I was like.
I was
twisting and
literally
squirming.
looking over at her the whole time, being like, "What?"
And
Like,
then my friend Naomi Smith would be like, "Okay, you close your eyes during this part, right? You can open it back."
literally
Yeah.
watching Kim during The Substance was like another movie. It was like The Substance Part 2.
I feel like I was like that monster just like squirming.
Yes, it was so fun to just look at her while the gross things were happening.
But did you feel cared for by your friends? I feel like
Oh,
they were really
absolutely,
taking
yeah.
care of you.
Yeah.
That's so nice.
It was
I'm like
fun.
the opposite. I'm okay with gore. I hate jump scares. So I don't watch horror movies, but body horror, love it. So anyway, Sinners conversation, people loved it. The group chat was very lit on Substack. I'm trying to start using the little Substack tools.
Yeah.
And there's like a little subscriber chat. So I'm going to start initiating little threads. And then I just wanted to read one of the comments in the group chat from one of my subscribers. And they said that it was okay for me to read their story. They said they related to Sinners so well, and this is their story. Karima Chalouf, I hope I'm saying your name right. Quote, I watched it yesterday for my birthday, and I loved it. Also, am the descendant of a Chinese general store owning family. Got me right in the feels. It was up here in Vancouver, Canada. I don't know why it's in quotes. From what I believe in like the early 1950s to 1980s, anti-Chinese immigration laws, the Chinese Exclusion Act, and increasingly exorbitant head tax starting in the 1880s had a long pause in people being able to come here. It separated families and devastated communities. My great-grandpa, our first relative to come to Canada, opened the store Brian Grocery. That's Brian with a Y. His name wasn't Brian. At first, he and maybe a dozen other Chinese men had to share an apartment together a few blocks from where I live now, and started a grocery delivery business that served Chinese Canadians and I believe also Indigenous neighbors and others. Eventually, some of them saved up to be able to bring families over, including my grandma. Everyone was fleeing raiders and the government taking their homes and belongings, and open shops. I have a bunch of photos of the family in the store. Sadly, now the place is an empty lot and is going to get turned into a tower of condos. And also in 2022, I got to run / chef a little cafe / general store called O Carolina that did weekly summer pop-ups with local chefs in a shop that used to be his buddy's grocery store called Charles's Grocery. Every now and then, elders would drop in and tell me what it used to be like and that his family is still alive. My boss has sold the lease, sadly, and now it is run by a massive restaurant group. Regulars still tell me that they miss us. Last year, I got to cook for an event at the Chinese Canadian Museum that has exhibits about things like the Exclusion Act, that commemorates and educates about the anti-Chinatown race riot in 1907 that I believe was also coordinated with people in Oregon and San Francisco. I want to keep moving in this direction. I just thought that was so fucking informative and beautiful. How Chalouf, what a last name, Karima Chalouf shared in this history.
I love that.
Yeah. I think a lot of last week's conversation, when I posted the clip of it, it's very out of context on TikTok, talking about how a lot of times Chinese folks or Asian Americans see themselves as being white adjacent, right? And maybe not trustworthy when it comes to their relations with black folks or other, people of color. it really sparked a huge TikTok conversation.
Good.
And it was a lot of like, you can't trust these Asians anyway. And
What?
I think some of the nuance and the context is that unfortunately Asians have been used as a wedge between black and white, you know, as like this third, it's like triangulation, as this third entity to be like, black people, why aren't you like them? When in the end, it was the people in power who were allowing Asians to only be in certain spaces.
Yeah.
You know, and to survive, they went into those spaces, which is a lot of the merchant class or running general stores. I just want to thank Karina. That's all. Thank you. Podcast update over and out. Okay, number 2. Because it is May 2nd, I thought we have to talk about Asian Pacific American Heritage Month.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Let's acknowledge it because we might not have one anymore after this current administration. All right, we got 1 month. Let's savor it. You know, my little thing I wanted to talk about is maybe for Asian Pacific American Heritage Month, amongst other things, Asians, can we just enjoy frivolous things? Because I feel like so much of my Asian American upbringing is being so serious. Just a little briefcase off the plane. Little 5-year-old Jenny being like, my job is to get straight A's. And so if I wasn't productive or like working, I felt like my existence didn't deserve to exist.
Yeah.
Is that sad? Oh my God. I just brought down the road.
No.
But you know, so I feel like as I've become an adult, I've learned to just like do things for the fun of it.
Yeah.
Maybe things don't have to have a purpose.
You know, I used to be the same way where I'm like, I don't want to see like an open date on my calendar. Like I need to be working every single day. I can't like waste a day. You know, like take every gig, take every like opportunity.
Yeah.
And then like I just got like burnt out so bad, and I'm like,
Right.
what am I doing? And I feel like I spent my 20s and my early 30s just like working away, and then all I have is just terrible memories of me working away.
Yeah.
So then if I die tomorrow, like I'm not. Hopefully I don't die tomorrow.
Knock on wood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if I die tomorrow, then I'm only gonna have like memories of just me like being miserable and working.
Yes.
So then, like, what is it all for? So then, the last couple of years, I'm like, I'm going to all the shows I wanted to go. I'm going to like all the
Yeah.
concerts and experiences, and I'm like, you know what? Life is worth living.
Aw. Was there a turning point for you with that?
I think it was COVID where you, like, unintentionally, you know, like
Yeah.
I ended up like taking time off because like we all did, you know.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, you know, it is nice to like reconnect with my community and my friends.
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
Like take some time for myself.
I know. We because of our budding friendship, I hosted a potluck. I co-hosted a potluck with you and Khushbu Shah.
Oh, fun.
And the three of us got to each invite like 2 to 3 people, and then it was a potluck, right? And it was so nice.
Be accountable to the people, and they'll be accountable to you. I mean, like when she
Yeah.
was getting her license or your driving stuff, like
Oh, I'm not
you know-
been able to get my license without Alan.
yeah, like and having, but also I would never be able to do a lot of things without Kim either. Like there's the back and forth of the.
Is this called friendship?
It's called friendship. It's called adult friendship, healthy adult,
Yes.
respectful friendships. You know,
Because honestly, it's like when you're working your ass off, it's like, what are you doing it for?
yeah,
It's so you can enjoy time and good vibes
yeah,
with good people.
yeah.
That's truly what.
I also believe in karma.
yeah.
If you're good and you put good into your chosen community, I don't mean to everyone because you
Yeah.
can really like overreach and do too much. Like
Right.
I mean to the people you choose to make your family, and that will come back to you tenfold. Always,
Yeah.
always, always, always.
So Asians, for Heritage Month, History Month,
Well, and also white people. I think you should go support Asian-owned businesses, makeup companies. You could also go to
do that so we
your-
can be frivolous.
your
and
local
have
Korean
fun.
malls and go check out some Wonder Makeup or like Chinese restaurants or Thai restaurants or like all kinds of places. Like go support local businesses.
Even if like your local bookstore costs
Yes.
maybe like $3 or $4 more for books, you know,
Buy
like,
it,
That's
it's
much better
fine.
to buy from them than Amazon. you
Yeah,
know?
What's $3 to $4 between friends?
honestly.
Okay,
And
Honestly.
the community, you
that's
know.
right. Look at this PSA.
Just saying.
Alan's just out here trying to get ally number 1 over here.
Well,
Look at that face.
Is it performative? I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
She's
Let's
gonna
move
get me
on.
canceled.
Let's move on. So number 3, cooking yummy food on a calorie deficit. I generally don't talk about dieting, but for you, I will because you suggested it because this is your journey right now.
Well, I guess it is my journey, but also like I don't know, the calorie deficit thing is like whole weird because
Yeah.
that's all anybody talks about.
Yeah.
I feel like we're kind of like going back into like this like weird eating disorder like
I
culture from like the early
know.
2000s where everyone is like obsessed with like counting calories, getting your steps in, getting your protein in.
Yeah. So how does that feel for you to be doing that in this sort of cultural context?
You know, it's like either I don't know, I guess keep up or get fat shamed.
Is
Yeah.
that the reason why you've been kind of like doing the calorie deficit stuff?
Well, not necessarily calorie deficit stuff, but I don't know. My entire life, I've never felt like I was like a hot person. So it's
Yeah.
like, not that I'm ever gonna be hot, but at least like, I don't want to feel like a complete like slob. Like when I walk into like a space, you know.
So you were like, I must do things because the world has gotten to me.
Maybe, yeah, maybe.
People look at you different when you're fat.
It's really
It's
true.
hard to
Yeah.
be acknowledged in a not even just a sexual way, but in a queer way
It's
Yeah.
when
like
you're fat.
if you're a fat person, if you're eating, you could be eating a salad or whatever. It doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Or you could have ate like nothing that day. People will judge fat person just for existing and eating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
Or
if,
if
like-
God forbid you spill something on yourself, you're the fat, clumsy,
Yeah.
fat person. Or if you're a fat person on a plane and you request a snack or something, and it's annoying because you're the fat
fat
person who's taking up too much space, who God forbid wants a fucking snack.
But if a skinny person is eating, no one thinks
No
about
one
it.
cares.
You know.
Yeah.
No one cares.
They're
yeah.
like, oh, they're just nourishing, or they don't even think about them.
Yeah.
You know.
It's not even a thought, really.
Yeah.
They're just eating.
I feel like it's really honest and vulnerable of you to like sort of admit that you're just like, yeah, I'm like losing weight because I don't want to be bullied,
Well, honestly, yeah.
Yeah.
you know, or that you know.
But also, I'm obviously doing it for my health.
you
and
are
things like
okay.
that,
So
you
that's
know?
what I was
Yeah,
curious
yeah.
about. If that's also something that is the reason.
I mean, I think I was in like a very like depressive episode where I was like smoking a lot and I was like just relying on food for comfort.
Yeah.
And then like I couldn't like leave my house because I don't know, I was just like depressed and scared of the world.
Yeah.
But then I don't know, I quit all my bad habits. And I don't know, I feel like I definitely am living a healthier life now.
Do you feel
Cool.
happier?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Well, then good. That's all that matters for
Yeah.
me. It's like because I feel like it doesn't matter what size you are, you could be depressed.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what size you are, you could be not in a good place. And so if for you certain habits, just as a friend, you know, if for you changing certain habits means that you can be happier
Yep.
and not in like a, swing to the way other extreme or something,
Yeah.
then great.
Well, and also you have like such a supportive. What I love about Kim's friend group, like talking about it before, is that doesn't matter. No matter what size you were, it didn't stop you from having the thriving friendships and the nights out or whatever it was that you did. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? It
that's
just,
true.
but it was all internal, and so you're doing it for you to make yourself feel better, so that you can be a different person in your friend group or however you want to navigate the world,
Yeah.
and that's a wonderful thing.
Yeah. I feel like the one of the things that I really care about, regardless of sort of what self-care or wellness thing you dabble in, no matter what, is it something that's making you treat yourself kinder with more compassion? And does it make you feel like you can be more effective as a human being?
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? And that's like, I know it sounds fuzzy, but if it means that like you feel like you could feel more of an effective, meaning like have a sense of agency and like intention and ability to direct your own life, that's empowering and like that's cool,
Yeah.
I think that's what matters.
There's a lot of freedom in that too.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
taking it, knowing that it's you who have to do it and that you're taking the process. I mean, for me, it was Wegovy, but like
Yeah.
taking like that process of like doing what's right for you and following that path. And
Do you want to share your Wegovy journey with us?
I'm on Wegovy.
How is it?
It's great. No, I've lost like 60 pounds. Still have like 60 to
60?
go. Yeah.
Holy
60 more to
cannoli.
go. And 60-ish more to go.
Yeah.
And I'm really happy with it. I mean, it's like I've always struggled with my weight.
Mm-hmm.
I think when we met, I was probably really thin, and then or maybe not so thin, but thinnish, and then over COVID, I gained a lot of weight.
Yeah.
But then before that years, I was also really I've yo-yoed my entire
It's like
life.
everybody gained so much weight during COVID. So
Yeah.
you don't have to
Yes.
feel bad
Yeah.
about it.
But I mean, I
like-
gained like a significant portion of weight. Like COVID, like I think hit. Well, I mean, same for you even. Like during
Yeah.
that period, like we just gained a lot of weight during
Yeah.
that
We were just
period.
like home depressed, and then
Yeah.
air fryer came into my life, and I'm like,
Yes.
oh, I'm gonna eat so much healthy, but no, I'm making French fries 24/7 on air
Yeah,
fryer, and I'm like,
yeah.
not using any oils, but they're so crispy.
Yeah.
That's how they get you.
Yeah.
It's true.
And then
It's
it turns out
true.
air fryer is actually worse for my health because of all the fried food that I
yeah.
eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So it's been nice. I'm really happy with it. It's been one of those things that, and I hate people who like obsess over the whole like food thought or food
Right.
brain or whatever it's called. But it's true. It takes it away. It takes away the thought of being obsessively either feeling shame over food or planning your day around food or
Yeah.
planning how you're going to eat as a fat person within a space. I mean, if God forbid, I didn't fly on a plane for like 5 years, I think, but because of being fat.
Yeah.
Like I intentionally just didn't do things for 5 years just because I was too fat to be on a plane.
Yeah.
I felt uncomfortable. I didn't want to have to deal with that.
Yeah.
And so Wegovy's been really nice or Ozempic has been really nice to sort of help her with that.
Yeah.
I'm able to travel more now. I'm able to go places comfortably on my own, which is really nice.
I didn't know you experienced that because I just only recently reconnected with you because we first met when
Years
I was
ago.
so long ago when I first started doing
Yeah.
stand up,
Mhm.
and so I didn't know you were on this like
Yeah.
5 years of not feeling comfortable.
Yeah, I mean, I just didn't do anything I did. I still worked. I still was, podcasting and performing when I needed to and all of those things. But like traveling
Yeah.
for stuff, going places would not happen. And if it did happen, my boyfriend would have to go. He would sit in the middle seat because he's a thinner person, and I would be in the window seat. I would never go to the bathroom. I would never get up during the plane ride because I did not want to be that fat person walking down the aisle, bumping into
That's
people.
uncomfortable,
Like I didn't want to.
sure.
I didn't want to be that person. So I just
Yeah.
sort of like, when I had to fly, like to see my family, Michael would have to come with me, and he would be the buffer.
Yeah.
And he was great as the buffer. He's very
Yeah.
small.
Michael's so sweet.
He is very sweet.
So
yes.
so how are you with the cooking then? What's because you're like, let's talk about cooking with a calorie deficit. So what do you
then I
want to?
just feel like you just make like a little substitution here and there, like significantly cuts down on calories.
Yeah,
you know?
like what have you been doing?
And it's just like instead of like sour cream, I use Greek yogurt.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Like ranch dressing, you just like thin out Greek yogurt with like
Yes.
a little milk, and then you add
Right.
the ranch powder, and it tastes pretty similar to ranch.
I have a
Yeah.
controversial question
Okay.
about this topic for you, because I know, and you and I have bonded over
Mm-hmm.
our love of the possibilities with rice and like the things you can do with
Mm-hmm.
rice. But do you ever replace rice with cauliflower rice?
No.
Yeah, didn't think so. Okay. Yes.
No.
I figured that. I tried it recently and it's not good.
No, I do not understand why we as humanity put so much pressure on cauliflower to achieve miracles.
It's true.
You know, like
it's true.
It's
We're
too
making-
much stress on it.
We're
It's too
making
much
bread out of
stress.
cauliflower. We're making rice out of cauliflower.
had
We're making
cauliflower
pizza out of
wings?
cauliflower. But none of them ever taste like what it's supposed to be. It tastes like cauliflower.
Yeah.
You know?
There's these cauliflower wings at where's the place you did?
Oh,
Victoria?
33 Taps.
At 33 Taps.
Okay,
That is
those-
just so good.
Those are good.
Those are
good.
so good.
But you know, it's not
Oh,
trying to
okay.
be something. You know, it is fried cauliflower.
Yes.
They put it in
Yeah.
buffalo sauce.
Yeah.
You know, and
It's
you dip it in
delicious.
ranch.
Yeah.
But what I love is I follow this guy who does like glycemic stuff because he's diabetic.
Mm-hmm.
He's this like white guy who just goes, this is my current blood sugar. And
Oh,
then
yes,
that guy,
yeah.
and he's like, I'm gonna eat this thing. 2 hours later, I'll tell you how much it affected my blood sugar. This is 2 hours later. This is what it did to my blood sugar. Like it's like hypnotizing.
Wow.
You know, and so
It's
one
so
of the
weird that you doing his impression made him seem more white. I don't know how that happened.
I have a family history of diabetes, so
Oh.
I'm very aware of like the diabetes stuff and spiking blood sugar especially for my mom, because like God forbid she follows the doctor's orders. So one of the things with rice is that apparently it can turn into resistant starch if you leave it overnight in the fridge.
Yes.
Oh.
And so it actually doesn't spike your blood sugar as much.
interesting.
So eating fresh rice makes it spike like
There
It's
is
sugar.
also like eating vegetables first, and then protein, and
The
then
order of
rice.
things
Yeah.
too. So these things are like let's not like overly obsessive, but
Yeah.
but I feel like
Okay, we're
the
not
more you
promoting
know.
a specific diet culture in this, podcast.
We don't
or
want to
anything. Yeah, yeah.
reinforce diet culture.
There is nothing better than rice, eggs, and soy sauce.
Yes.
Like mixed together
yeah,
for
for
like a
me-
breakfast.
For me, instead of soy sauce, it's rice, eggs, and spam.
Oh.
Spam. Oh, that's
Kimchi. I've been killing the kimchi.
Kimchi.
Ugh, just the cabbage, Napa cabbage kimchi. Not you.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not you as a human being.
Wow.
I'm
Okay.
killing as in eating and enjoying
Oh, yes.
Napa cabbage kimchi.
I have 4 types of kimchi in my refrigerator at all times.
I'm sure you do.
Oh.
Are you
didn't know
not
that.
Korean? Are you not holding my Shin Ramyun throw pillow?
No shame.
Who's on mine?
Kure. This is very limited edition art pillows from my fine artist friend who goes by Frohawk Two Feathers, Umar Rashid.
Oh,
Shout out to Umar Rashid, one of my first friends when I came back to LA from college.
Oh.
Yeah, he's so talented. Yeah, diet culture, boo. But let's acknowledge health and habits. Like, I have high cholesterol. Apparently, I gotta check that shit.
okay.
I know. And my dad's side has heart disease and history, whatever. My mom's side has diabetes, and I need to know about these things.
They're
so
very
thank you
important.
for your tips.
Yes.
Greek yogurt, it does so much.
I go see a doctor. you know.
Go to
Go
the
see your
doctor.
doctor. Go to men. Can you tell men to do this?
As someone who's had cancer, I'm gonna tell you right now. Go
had
see.
cancer?
Yeah. And I don't know. Maybe.
I don't know.
You knew this. You know.
Oh,
it,
yeah.
Yeah.
You should tell about the fat burger story.
Oh
What
yeah.
happened?
So when I was during chemo, because I had chemo for a long time
Yeah.
after cancer, I would tweet and talk about how the only thing that would stay down for me, because I didn't want to eat anything and nothing was staying down, and I went to Fat Burger and it stayed down. Like Fat Burger, like greasy Fat Burger stayed down, but it was the vegetarian burger actually I was eating, and
Ooh.
it stayed down. And Fat Burger responded and they gave me like a year's worth of Fat Burger. I know, so
Isn't that
nice,
so
right?
sweet?
Fat burger.
So nice.
I
Fat
love it when
Burger.
like corporations decide to do like nice things
Good
for
things.
people.
Yes. Yeah. Totally.
What a pivotal part of your cancer journey.
I know it was. Yeah, but no, but I'm saying go, men, go. If you have a pain, if you have a thing, just go to the doctor. It's fine. It's not gay at all. It isn't. I think every dude thinks they're gay when they're being like, my butthole itches, or I got a little blood in my poop, or whatever it is. It's fine. I mean, it might not be fine, but it's fine. Go to the doctor.
Straight men. We really need fellow straight men.
I kind of feel like every
to tell
doctor
the
should
fellow
be a
straight
gay
men.
dude.
Yeah,
to
To say
put
I have
straight men at
active
ease.
holes in my body right
Yeah,
now.
you
So,
do.
Can you how do you feel about your fellow straight guy friends and their relationship with going to the doctor?
Yeah, well, it depends on.
Do they
which
go
ones we're
enough?
Talking about.
Do they go often?
But I think I have some friends that are very much like well, my annual checkup is coming up, so I
Yeah.
better go, type
Okay,
of thing.
good.
And then I do have some other friends that like haven't been since high school, like when they
Where
went
they're
to
like,
the doctor.
oh, that pain, that
Yeah.
shooting pain, I've lived with it since 12.
Yeah. This is just what happens.
Ugh.
You know?
Yeah. Well, if
Look,
you're,
rub a little dirt on it, and you get out
Yeah.
there. It'll be fine.
if you're a man between the ages of 18 and 33, you should be doing testicular cancer checks all the time. And if you are 45 plus, it's colonoscopy, I
Yes.
think. Yeah, you should be going to get a colonoscopy at
Yes.
45. And then there's something at 55 as well. So, like, just go.
Men would rather die than be gay.
Yeah, it's true. It's
And
you
going
know,
to
That's
the
so
doctor is
messed
gay.
up.
And I'm gonna
Is that
tell you,
what
as a
you're-
gay person,
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, that's so rude.
I love the
Yeah.
pause. I love the pause that we had after that sentence. Where it's just like, how do we respond?
But like,
As a
I
gay
know that's an
person-
oversimplification.
No, but it's true. It's
Right?
true. As a gay person.
it is wonderful being gay. And you may not be gay, but I'm telling you, even if you're gay, it's not the end of the world. I love it. I
Also,
love being
also,
gay.
I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. It's 2025. Every straight dude loves the attention from a little gay dude. You do a little bit. You know, if we see you in the locker room, we're just like, hey, you're like, you like it. You like it. It's a little bit of affection that you might not be getting from other people, just saying.
Oh
So,
my God,
like,
back when
take it.
back when I was a server at a restaurant, I was going out to like the gay bars after,
Yeah.
and the straight guy that I was working with were like, "Oh, you're going to gay bar tonight? I've never been to a gay bar before." I'm like, "Okay, well you're straight. You probably don't have a reason to go." I'm like, "I want to experience it. Can I come with you?" And I was like, "Sure." I mean,
Oh,
like,
interesting.
I'm just meeting friends for drinks, but you can come get a drink with us if you want. I'm like, "How should I dress?" And I'm like, "Dress how you normally dress." Like, and it's like, all right.
That's actually really like pure.
yeah.
And he's like,
And
okay, I'm
wholesome.
gonna go home and change. I want to look nice for the gays. And I was like, okay. It's just like a bro guy, right? And I was like, what is he gonna show up in?
What did he show up in?
He shows up in like one of the newsboy hat, and a pea coat, and like a full on suit. And I'm like,
yeah.
it's like a Tuesday night at a gay bar. Like what?
We're at Sidetracks.
He literally looked like he was going to like an audition for like
Yeah.
a play, like during the Great Depression era or
Wow.
something.
Yeah.
He's a newsie.
Wow. I love that.
I love straight men.
No, but that's like so vulnerable and pure and
Yeah.
wholesome. You know, we need more of that.
I do find
Absolutely.
because straight men go to the doctor, but gay men go to the doctor too. But I do find that in the era that we're in, as we've evolved as a humanity and gay people and women have come to own the internet, thank you, we straight men have felt a little bit, vulnerable
Yes.
in terms of lots of spaces. And I appreciate the men who have not gone all toxic Joe Rogan-y
Right.
and stay within the lane of, maybe I should evolve and be okay with the gay attention. Maybe I should evolve and be okay with watching a little bit of whatever. You know what I mean?
It's hot when a straight man adapts.
Also, I think porn has united. Like the because everyone on Twitter has seen something crazy happen. Like you scroll through Twitter and you can't not see porn, gay, straight, it does not matter. It is there, you're gonna see it.
Yeah, holes
I
in
think
peen.
that algorithm
porn.
has actually done a lot more good for straight men evolving when it comes to queer stuff.
Their
Because
exposure.
they
It's
have to
exposure.
see the gay stuff.
Yeah.
They just do.
Okay.
Okay, speaking of straight people in spaces, all right, this is for. I have like a little PSA for all the gays
Please.
and drag queens on the mic.
Oh, you talking to me?
Wow.
I'm
Present
the one on the
company.
mic usually.
Present company
Yeah.
included.
Okay, we know like bachelor parties and gay bars are annoying, right? But also we can't
they're not
assume
all annoying.
we can't assume all females are straight women at bars. A lot of like lesbians
true.
and like bisexual women, like queer women go to bars, thinking it's a safe space, and then people hate on them thinking they're like bachelor parties there. So let's just not assume,
Yeah.
Oh.
unless they're actively being annoying.
Also,
Got it.
I don't understand this gay trope, and I understand it, like, in terms of why it's a thing, but I don't get why gay, especially drag queens, really hate the bachelorette parties. A lot of them are obnoxious, and I get that, and you should be respectful of the space you're in. But, like, straight women aren't all bad. They are the backbone of our
We're okay sometimes.
our youth
It's
and
true.
how we grew up.
Like when you first, like came out of the closet,
Yeah.
who was the person who took you to the gay bar? Straight woman.
Aw.
Yes.
Aw.
Who was your date to so many different things? Who was the one who you'd be able to go see the kind of gayish movie with? The straight dudes aren't going with you.
And also, honestly, sometimes as like a performer at a gay club, drunk straight women
yeah.
are the most fun to have in the
Yep.
crowd because they're so hyped. They're the ones like throwing dollars at
Oh
you.
yeah,
you
and then they
know?
forget. They get so drunk they forget what they're throwing at you, so they
Exactly.
accidentally give you a 20.
Exactly.
That's happened to me a few times.
And of course, if they might do a like annoying thing, like put the dollar bill in the mice. They might not
Yes.
know better, but you know what? They're hyping up the party. So,
Yeah, I'm into it.
At this point, we need all the ally we can get. Some of them might become MAGA after they get married.
I
like,
also really
those are the
love.
ones we have.
There's always that one straight dude who came with the girlfriend or whatever to the drag show,
Yeah.
and he is both uncomfortable and so intrigued by the drag queens.
It's like he's like not trying to make it obvious that he's looking.
Yes.
But then he's
Yes!
also looking.
It's
yeah.
so funny. It's so funny. And then I love, because I'm just an asshole. I love flirting with them. I
Yeah.
love really going in deep, being like, no, you are gonna pay attention to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is making fun of straight guys at the gay bars.
Yeah.
Like the one guy looks like, oh, what's the hardest part about like being straight? And he's like, oh, living in West Hollywood. I'm like, oh, you're white and you live in West Hollywood and you're straight. Oh, life is so hard for you.
I used to do a thing on some little things that I would do. I always say like, I don't need your money, just tip me nudes. And so I would just have like people just DM me crazy things. And straight men sometimes they're very proud of their dick pics. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
So, I mean, straight culture starts to veer into gayness.
yes.
Let's be honest.
Yes.
With men,
It
right?
is.
Straight.
And I think that's
everything.
a good thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bottom line, be gay for healthcare.
Make America gay again. Let's bring back the
Facts.
70s when everyone used to dress very flamboyant. And
Everyone was kind of gay in the 70s, weren't they? Yeah.
Although like men had like short shorts, like playing
Yeah.
basketball.
What
you
other
know?
era were everyone was gay?
I was just gonna say, it's the 70s was
70s
the good
was the
cocaine.
gayest.
That's
Yeah.
what-
The Gilded Age is also, it feels like, I mean, the
Yes.
men kind of seemed a little gay then, too.
Victorian, Gilded Age,
Yeah.
70s.
Yeah.
Tell us if there's another era we're missing where everyone was kind of gay.
I mean, Prince Albert, the piercing, Victorian era. Yeah, just saying.
Yeah, Victorian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gilded.
70s.
Yeah.
Also, I'm just gonna go out there and say it. Jesus era.
Let's be honest.
They were wearing some very. I mean, Jesus' outfit was very revealing. Now, this is a Jew talking, so I'm very like I don't know a lot of it, but like.
All I'm saying is Jesus was all about the second coming, and
Of course.
Moving
Kim
right
said it.
along, Kimchi,
Yes.
you have an upcoming cookbook.
Yes.
cookbook and a young adult novel.
The art is so beautiful for it. Can I tell you?
Thank you.
If the food itself is as good as the art, I mean, immediate. I need to buy my little pre-sale link.
When we were shooting like the cookbook, I wanted like every photo to have like, I didn't want it to be like a traditional cookbook.
Yeah.
So like every photo has like some crazy like kooky drag twist to it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think every single recipe, you know, tells a story.
But this is why we love you.
Yeah.
You give us aesthetics. You give us story, beauty.
Kim is the friend to go to for food in terms of the introduction of food.
Yeah.
To where should I take my friend, to what should I order here. When I go out with Kim, she just kind of orders for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I like to, like, tailor my recommendation based on what they're going to like. you
Yeah.
know?
Yes.
So then I'm not just, like, forcing people into these, like, foreign experiences they didn't know what to do with.
And she's not judgmental over
Yeah.
the thing. Like, 'cause I don't really like mushrooms. I don't really like olives. So those are the two things that I'm sort of whatever. And she's very conscious of it and, you know, makes adequate recommendations.
I'm that person for my friends.
Yeah.
And now we have united.
See, I could always trust Jenny with her food recommendations, too, so... I also love, like, going to a restaurant with Jenny and then hearing her taste notes because they're always so spot on.
We've never ate together. Isn't that crazy?
I think we should.
I'm on Ozempic.
I think we should. I mean, you could obviously talk way more about your cookbook, but this is a good segue into number 4. Terrible types of people to eat with. You brought this up.
Yes.
Tell us.
Well...
Why should we talk about terrible types of people to eat with?
A lot of them.
I don't know, maybe it's just like something after, you know, like many years of like eating out
Yeah.
and like many dining experiences. There's just like some things that people do like that kind of annoy me. First are people. Okay, first I understand some people are not comfortable like sharing things with other people, right?
Yes.
But if you are sharing things, everything we order, like you got to give some like leeway. Like this one time, we made plans to go to this like chef-driven like Lao dinner with friends, right?
Yes.
And you know, like Lao food is spicy. And
Oh, yeah.
That's like a given, right? And we get there, and this girl's like, "Oh, like I can't handle spicy," and I'm like, "Well, all the food is like spicy." And it's like, "Well, just tell the chef to like make the food mild." And I'm like, "So you want all of us to eat food that's made mild, that's originally supposed to be spicy, just for you?"
That's annoying.
You know? And of course, everyone was like, "Oh yeah, we can get it mild," and I'm like, "No, like I want to eat all the food that was meant to be like prepared," you know?
Yeah.
Respect the context. Respect the invite. Respect the
Exactly.
culture.
Or just don't go. Like, just don't go if
And
that's not
another
your thing.
People like who have FOMO, but they know they're gonna have a miserable time,
Yeah.
so then it makes the time miserable for everybody else.
Yes.
Like on tour,
Who? Say it.
Say
Say names.
So on tour, like on my days off,
Yeah.
you know, those days are very important because you know when you don't get too many days off. So I always like check out a restaurant in that town, you know, that's special.
Yes.
And then sometimes I'll extend the invite to people, you know. And I always say like, I'm going to this place, come if you want, you know, but do not come like if you're allergic to these things and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I go to like a super authentic place where it's not that like I don't think people with these allergies deserve to like not eat there,
Mm-hmm.
but sometimes when you go to like a super authentic Chinese place,
Yeah.
Yeah.
like they're not going to be kind to substitutions
Yeah.
I
or
know.
like
Yeah.
like extractions.
It's
that I
almost
get.
rude to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I told them like we're going to this place, we're getting this thing. If you're allergic to things, don't come. But
Yeah.
then somehow everybody decides to come that are like picky eaters.
But you informed them up
I
front.
informed them like in the
Well,
Okay,
dra-
see, so
drag
for
queens
me-
can't read. They can't read.
Stop.
They can't.
For me, I feel like you've done your due diligence and like notified people, and they still showed up. Then of course I would give them a hard time. Be like, "What are you doing?"
Literally, like if I'm taking to like an authentic Chinese place and then you ask for soy sauce for their rice and you're asking if they have General Tso on the menu, and I'm
Oh,
like
God.
cringing.
Who are
and
these
dying
friends?
inside.
That's so
Who are these
funny. I
friends?
know. Name names.
It's just like,
Name them. Name them.
just for, you know, I'm not gonna name you. I don't want any drama, you know.
I know who.
But
Wow, the hard look into camera. Who feels accused right
and
now?
then third is my. So I used to make like food content like around LA, but then I just kind of had to stop because
Why?
You had a good account.
Hmm?
You had a good account. A food
Yeah.
account. Yeah.
But then I kind of had to stop because I would meet so many like food influencers in LA that way, and a lot of them were just kind of like terrible people. like, and that's not all of them. Like I met some wonderful people too, but like a
Yeah.
lot of them, they'll go to these like mom and pop businesses, get all this free food,
Yeah.
you know, and then they'll throw like a couple of Instagram stories in exchange for like $100 of food from like these mom and pop shops, and they would barely tip. Like they'll just leave $5 on the table. And
Yeah,
I'm like, oh, we got
no.
$100 of like food. I'm just like, let me live like a 50. And it's like, no, that's too much. And I'm like, I am leaving the money. I'm not asking you to leave it. You know, like why are you
Yeah.
stopping me from like tipping the work staff who's also like giving you the best service because
Right.
So 20 to 25% That's what you leave.
You chip off of the bill that would have happened.
Yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
And then we'll throw in a little too, just because you got it for free. Why
Just
not?
because.
You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're giving you stuff. Like,
Yeah. I'm not saying you have to, but I would always.
So here's the thing: how did you know that that was the way to handle that kind of etiquette, and they didn't?
So I used to work as a server for
That's why.
like fine dining server for like
Yeah.
9 years.
That's
so
why.
I'm always very like conscious.
Yeah.
well, you're also not coming at it as a content creator. You're coming at it as someone who loves food.
Someone who loves food,
And
but
wants
also
to
someone
share.
who
Yikes.
also like.
Are you trying to say that food content creators don't care about food?
Well, I think they care about clicks a lot of times.
Oh, for sure.
You
yeah.
know, I mean, let's be real.
Like I'm not gonna like name names specifically because again I'm not trying to start drama. This person shoots like 4 to 5 places a day, so then they'll go to those places, order all this food,
Oof.
and then like do like breaking down, crunching, ASMR,
Yeah.
whatever, and then just throw the rest of the food away.
The throwing the food away in the city of Los Angeles
That's tough.
is insane to
I
me.
know.
In that, I mean,
But then all the food places are just so eager to like bring this person on because they have so many followers.
yes,
Yeah.
of course. And also too, what I don't get is like for a lot of these creators that, I mean, we've talked about this before, but like you're doing a service for the local community, for small businesses.
know.
Like, pay it back, highlight them. It's not even just about the food, it's about the business.
And then all of them they go into thinking like, I'm gonna be a food content creator, like support local businesses, but then they all end up becoming monsters.
Yeah. No.
Now I'm like running through the content creators that I know. I'm like, oh, I wonder.
No, but there are also like a lot of great ones too.
Yeah,
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
This is not all of them. I'm not generalizing all of them. This is
Yeah.
my experience with few that I've.
A few, yeah. So these are some of the types of terrible people
Yeah,
to eat
exactly.
with. Okay.
Just to clarify.
Number 5. Speaking of food, everyone is freaking out about protein. Can we talk about this?
I just did
Yes.
it recently.
Everyone is freaking out about protein. Khloe Kardashian. Did you know that she has a new protein popcorn? It is called Loud. KHLOUD.
That is
Loud.
the worst name I've ever heard for a product.
Yeah.
It's like,
Loud.
could you grab me a bag of cloud?
She is my favorite Kardashian, though.
Okay,
She
well,
is.
fine.
just gonna
But
say
let me describe
Low
it.
bar.
This protein popcorn is promised good stuff, 0 fluff, and 7 grams of protein per serving. Cloud dust is the protein source, and it's mostly comprised of milk proteins and seasoning. Y'all, we don't need any more protein. Here's the facts. Apparently, men consume 30% more than is recommended,
Oh.
and American men and women consume 12% more than they really need on average of protein. So truly, America, we don't need to worry about protein. Okay, if you are lifting weights, hard weights, okay, you're bulking the hell up, you're maintaining that. Sure, maybe you're gonna have to add some stuff. But how many of you are really doing that? No.
See, I've
no.
always wondered that because they're like, oh, you have to get 130 grams of proteins a day. But I'm like, okay, so if you're trying to lose weight, you have to eat 130 grams of protein while eating like, I don't know, like less than like 1,200 calories or whatever your
Yeah.
deficit is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but how are people doing this?
If you're-
Like, how is this even possible?
If you're like a heavy weightlifter, right? Like then they recommend generally a gram of protein for every pound of body mass,
Oh, God.
right? For a day.
I got a lot
And
of
that's
mass.
if you're a heavy weightlifter.
Oh, no.
You know, if you're not a heavy weightlifter, then really 50 grams of protein or something like that, and you're keeping your muscles from atrophying, and you're fine probably. You know.
So here's
But
my
it's all
thing.
variable based on your size of your body. So there's no like one standard, right? It's like the amount of water you should be drinking.
And then another like thing that confuses me is like the discourse on electrolytes too.
Oh,
And I understand
yeah.
like if someone like works out a lot and they're sweating a lot, sure, like electrolytes.
No one needs that much salt.
But then like I see people like who like hate going to the gym, which is fine. If that's
Especially
your
you.
thing,
You have the high blood pressure.
But
High
like they're
cholesterol.
like
Oh, cholesterol.
drinking like electrolyte like things.
Yeah, no.
And
Yeah.
they're drinking like extra like electrolytes to their food. And I'm like, isn't that just like a lot of sodium you're consuming?
Okay, this is my thing with this protein and electrolyte thing. We as Americans love taking things too far.
Yes.
Okay, there is a kernel of truth to needing protein. Like, for example, because I know about diabetes stuff because of my mom, like they say it's better to, if you want to eat some kind of carb, to eat it with the protein because it helps to even out the blood sugar
Yeah.
spikes. Fantastic advice.
Yeah.
Protein is great. But really, do you need to be tripling down on your protein intake. Everything is getting marketed to you
Well, there is
about
a gut health-
protein.
I mean, not so much of the popcorn. That's bullshit protein. Like, protein needs to come from the actual protein sources and not like popcorn. Like, popcorn does not need protein.
And also, I do not trust anything that Kardashian sells. No offense.
Oh well,
Like,
no, I'm
it's
gonna correct you on that. In drag, Skims is essential. It is an essential product that some of you girls
But
need
I don't
to be
like their
wearing.
I don't like their right wing kind of support.
That's
the-
yes.
Like, you know, like the moment like Kim Kardashian posted a picture with Ivanka Trump with a heart emoji.
No, thank
or,
you.
Like a
Oh,
photo shoot
wow.
with Tesla.
I
I'm
know,
like,
but you guys, the Skims really does.
Yeah,
I
but
get
don't
it.
Spanx do the same thing?
No,
No.
it's
Is that-
different.
no,
It's
they're
different.
different.
I mean, there's just the line thing with the arm fat. It's like
Uh-huh.
nothing has worked better than the Skims. I'm sorry, it's true.
Listen,
I get it.
we all adapt to our and practice our politics the way
Yes,
we can.
exactly.
I get it. Back to the protein.
Yes.
Okay, let's stay on topic.
Well, no, but so I recently, because of like my stomach issue stuff, because they thought I had like a gluten sensitivity, which
Yeah.
I likely do, that I upped my protein to
Right.
see if it would help my gut, and it actually did.
Then good. Then
Yeah.
that's good for you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like it's for me it's the way that like everyone has gotten so horny
They're
over
obsessed
protein for
over it.
everything. It's too much.
Yeah.
Like, everything needs to have protein. Chocolate mousse, protein.
What's your
Every-
favorite protein, though?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just love food, period. And I love it when it's just delicious. And I do eat a lot of protein. But here's the fun part. In general, and this is based off of an NPR science research, whatever kind of report too, we already get too much protein in general for what we do, whatever average American does. Okay, you are on your computer. You're not, bulking up with all your fucking heavy weightlifting. It's fiber that Americans need to worry about.
it's true.
Listen, if you love protein, go get it. But pair that with some fiber because your poops, baby, are not coming through.
Yeah, I don't think. I feel like gay men have figured out the need for fiber because of sexual things.
Yes.
So
Good.
again,
Well, so good for the gay men.
we're advanced in that way too.
Therefore,
straight men.
Be gay for healthcare. Is
Yes.
all I'm saying. Be gay for fiber.
Yeah.
That will help you in so many ways.
Also, I mean, this isn't sponsored by Pure for Men, so I don't have to worry about that. But you don't need Pure for Men. You can just go get the Costco fiber pills, and you're totally good. And you save like $40.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I am about to because Ilana Glazer did post a little to-do tips about what keeps her healthy on tour, and she mentioned that she takes psyllium husks.
Yep.
So I was like, oh, I should start doing that.
She years ago, I remember. I'll never forget this moment. I've known. I mean, Elliot's my best friend, so I've
Yes.
known a lot of her for a long time. And I forget what it was called, but she was talking about doing a form of pooping where like
You twist.
you twist
Yes,
or
it's a whole
something.
thing.
One of the funniest coffee dates I've ever had in my life. Was
So
with
that's the thing.
Alana
That's why
Glazer.
people do squatty potties.
Yes.
Right? Because as the Asians know, we squat, and it helps with the direction of what needs to happen.
Yeah.
And if you feel like there's like a little kink in the system, so to speak, and things aren't really coming out, they say that sometimes it helps, even if you're on the turlet, to just do a little twist of your spine.
Oh.
And it kind of moves things a little
I
bit
just
to
sort of
allow it to
nervously
come through.
shake and just
I don't
stress
know
out
about
and
that.
sweat and
Just
you
rock.
know
Just rock yourself.
rock myself. You know, it's a form of self care. You know, while on my squatty potty.
You just white knuckle the
Yes.
constipation.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Just sweating and rocking.
Just sweating and rocking. But I have now a 90-day supply of Linzess out there, so I'm gonna be good.
Okay, so that's your fiber.
Yes,
supplement.
that's my
Got
fiber. Well,
it.
I do more fiber than that, but
Wow,
yes. Yeah, you have
okay.
to mix it because of diarrhea. Whatever.
Okay, it's a
Yeah,
whole thing.
it's a whole
I
thing.
feel like I haven't learned enough about sort of gay male culture around fiber.
Yeah, I think gay men really do. I mean, right? Like it's like a thing that I find a lot of dudes talking about. And
Yeah.
Pure for Men is an ad that every gay Insta
I've never
star
taken a
has.
fiber supplement.
Ever really?
Ever, yeah.
Are you good with your vegetables?
I eat so much.
Yeah.
I love
I
vegetables.
actually love vegetables more than meat.
Yes.
Believe me, and when you say it as a fat person, they're like, "Oh, you're lying." But like, I genuinely love vegetables.
My
I'm
mouth.
not a vegetarian, but I genuinely love vegetables.
How rude when like they accuse you. They're like, "You, honey."
No, literally, it's like, sometimes people like vegetables. It's not like a foreign concept.
Especially-
You Americans,
Especially with Asians, we are
Yeah.
raised to really love it.
yeah.
I love meat so much.
What's your
I mean,
favorite
I
meat?
love meat
What's your
too.
favorite meat? What's your favorite meat?
Depends on where I'm at, but like if I'm going really simple at Outback, they used to have a combo which they no longer do because we recently went to Outback and they don't have it anymore, where you can get a sample thing of coconut shrimp, ribs, and the barbecue chicken, and the ribs. But I almost died eating a pulled pork sandwich at Disneyland. This is embarrassing. So
What?
we went to Hungry Bear restaurant, and I was eating they had a new sandwich, a pulled pork sandwich, and I ate it, and the pork was so barbecuey that it shot like a gun to the back of my throat, and I started to choke, and for the fortune, it wouldn't go out and it wouldn't go in, and Michael got up, and he almost had to do the Heimlich thing, and then it finally went down, and I thought to myself, how embarrassing would it be for me as a fat homosexual to die at Hungry Bear restaurant? Like, can you imagine?
You know,
The
honestly,
headlines?
Can you imagine how more famous I would be if I had died that day at Hungry Bear restaurant eating a pulled pork sandwich?
no, honestly, it would be so poetic.
It really would
fully
be.
support- You know what? Go kill yourself. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
There's so many layers of hilarity and irony in
Please
that
make
headline.
that a clip. Please make that. Go kill yourself.
You didn't pull the pork. The pork pulled you.
The pork pulled me, and it was. I mean, and even now after that, because I've never choked like that before. Even now, when I feel like
There's so
something's
many
too
jokes.
big,
I know. We just
think-
let that
Honestly,
pass.
you
We
know,
let that
Yorovich can
pass.
say he had no beef.
The way he said, "I've never choked like that before."
I haven't. Although there's a moment at a Home Depot.
We had to look at camera.
Yes.
Y'all, okay. We're moving on. We're moving on because I want to get to single people in Costco. This is my contribution because I know we're all going to talk about Costco anyway.
Yeah.
But this is something I've been thinking about. As a single person, I loved my Costco membership.
Yeah.
And now as a duo, still love it.
Yeah, of course.
Still love it. As a single person, it is such, to me, it's like a little treat to be able to walk into a place and then be able to feel the abundance of being American. This is why I became an American. This is why I moved to America from
Yes.
Taiwan as an immigrant, is to enjoy a thing like Costco. This shrine to American excess and quantity. It's just like an all-you-can-eat buffet, but for your house.
Yes.
And, you know, where else can you get a pergola for your garden and 20 Gillette razor heads? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I want a fluffy Asian lady down vest next to my 10-pack of frozen chicken breasts. Like, this to me is American consumerist heaven. Listen, I believe in socialism, but I also understand the feeling of abundance that a Costco can give you. And so I think even if you're single, if you can afford it, get that membership, go and just visit it. Just visit it. Even if you don't have to fill up your cart, get your teepee, okay? Get your, Sensodyne, that's what I get,
Oh.
right?
Yeah.
Get your, if you're a cook, great, get your olive oils, get your
yeah.
whatever, right?
Costco is the best place to get salamis.
Oh,
Because when you go to like
salami.
grocery store, you can get like a tiny little pack for like $6-7,
You're
like
right.
$10
Yeah.
at the most. Costco, you can get like a giant thing of salami for like $12.
Yes.
So if I'm having like a party or like a get together,
Yeah.
I will get my
Charcuterie.
charcuterie
items.
from Costco.
See, my favorite thing, and we've talked about this a lot, to do at Costco, and Kim and I go to Costco. I mean, we've gone to Costco quite a bit. And
Wonderful.
when we go to Costco, it's aisle by aisle. I gotta see
Aisle,
everything. I might
everything.
not buy anything, but I just
every
That's
aisle.
how I like to
Yeah.
browse. Corey
Yeah.
would kill me.
And we
But-
get separate carts. We get separate carts.
For everything. I go aisle to aisle at the grocery store.
I know.
And
you
don't
would
own
not
any
like.
pets.
Oh,
you
yeah.
would. That's why we've never gone aisle to aisle in Costco. I would have to go by myself to do that. I would feel too anxious because
We
Corey
just
would
walk
be
around and talk.
impatient. I know.
That's all we do.
It's the best hangout.
It really is.
You
But
get a
my
little
favorite-
sample.
I see.
America.
You know what the people I hate though is the people who say they can make a meal off the samples. 'Cause
Nope.
You can't.
Then this is where we will. This will where
That's
we
where
will,
it
Honestly,
stops.
save room for the food court.
Save
Of
room for
course.
the hot dog.
Yes. Love a hot dog.
I love their hot dogs.
Yeah.
I do miss the Polish hot dog. I wish they bring it back.
Yeah.
Have you ever
Yeah.
done the thing at the food court where have you seen those like viral things where like you do little mix-ups of the different foods?
Oh, no.
Oh, I think
You take the pizza, you wrap the hot dog, you do the corn dog,
That's
you do
too
the
much.
or you like take the hot dog and you like
Chicken
put it in
bake.
the chicken bake. I'm like, that's
too
very
much.
American.
Don't do that. And the chicken bake, I'm sorry, is
Did you
not
just eye roll
that
that
good.
so hard?
The chicken bake is not that good.
I think it's the hot dog that really
The
does it
hot
for
dog
me.
is the thing. No, my boyfriend loves the pizza, and I
Okay.
tolerate the pizza,
But
but
not, my thing with the hot dog is you have to get a drink. I don't want to drink.
I don't need the drink. I don't need, it's like
You
a
know,
Pepsi product too.
And
We're
then I
Coke.
told him like just keep the drink, and it's like you have to get it. And I'm like, why do
Yeah.
I have to take this cup that I don't want?
Yeah.
Like
No, but my favorite thing, I have to say this because
Yeah.
I want more people to be doing it at Costco, is to get that.
Well, look at you. You just caught the end of the free episode. We go on to eat 4 incredible desserts. Ugh, it was so good. And so if you want to hear the entire episode uncut, consider becoming a paid subscriber to jennyyang.substack.com. Paid subscribers keep me, talking my shit, and they get the full extended cut plus bonus material. Plus, if you're a free Substack subscriber, you get in on some fun too. You get access to our subscriber-only chat area where you can start threads with me about the news and episodes with a like-minded community. Also, remember, you can leave a comment there or a cute voicemail or text at 323-250-3589. And please do me a favor and be sure to follow, rate, and review wherever you listen to this podcast. Write a cute review and we might just read it on the air. Thank you so much. I'll see you next week.